Little Orange Plum.
Hello everyone and welcome to Little Orange Plum. So today we are back at the subreddit r/pointlessly gendered. For all the aspects of our world that just have to be segregated down gender lines for no apparent reason. So starting off we have, if this ain't the truth, we have. Children's shirts are so weird, like girls' shirts are like rainbows plus gorgeous equals flower emoji, penguin emoji, besties, love music emoji, strawberry emoji, random emoji, okay. And boys' shirts are all like kill your sister, knife emoji, flame emoji, shit your pants, devil emoji, skull emoji, cars, all of the car emojis. She's not wrong. She's not. We're sending such good messages to our children here. Seriously, this is why penguins? I'm confused. That's probably not the thing I should be focusing on. You know, probably all the violence that we're teaching young boys from a very young age. Probably because this is looking like a how-to manual for how to go to prison in the boys' department. But like, why penguin? I'm curious. That seems the most random part of it all. Is just why penguin? Okay, next we have. I flipped through both. They're the exact same book. We have the Baby Bible Storybook for girls, the Baby Bible Storybook for boys. Hey, it's the Bible. They've got to push gender roles on you, you know? It's the Bible. It's Christianity. We all know you need to know your gender and you must stick to your gender. You must stick to your heteronormative gender roles. They got to start preparing you for a lifetime of suppressing all urges to do anything except do it with the opposite gender in the confines of a very loveless marriage, only in the missionary position with the lights turned off, whilst begging for forgiveness from an invisible God. You know, that's the correct way to do it. Anything else, obviously wrong. Obviously they have to segregate everything by genders right from the day one, right from the babyhood. Anyway, I mean, I honestly don't even need to say anything else about it. Like, why is it gender segregated? Because it's the Bible. The Bible is like the OG of pointlessly gendered. Anyway, next we have, I can finally eat again. We have man-friendly vegan recipe ideas for the carnivore in your life. I'm confused. So it's not manly enough to be vegan, and therefore you need to man-friendly. What? I'm confused and a little bit lost. I don't know what's going on here. I feel like this is another one of those very worrying moments. You know, there's just those moments where they try to segregate like basic food and sanitation and stuff like that along gender lines, and it's like, these are basic human necessities. This is like the kind of shit that you need to provide to prisoners of war. Literally, if you took someone prisoner in the middle of a war zone, these things are not up for debate. Basic food and sanitation, you're legally always required to give people these. Why is this now becoming a gendered issue? It's not a gendered issue, it's a basic human rights issue. Anyway. But okay, in case you were concerned that being vegan would suddenly make you a woman, I just got a question, because these are always the kind of people that have problem with, and that usually tend to be transphobic, and just like, if it's so easy for a man to become a woman, then why is there any issues with transgender people? Like, I don't understand. How can it both simultaneously be so necessary to constantly reassure yourself of your gender in order to prove that you're not accidentally suddenly transitioning, but at the same time we need to make issue of trans rights? Like, why? How? Either it's that, either there is literally so little difference between the genders that you have to constantly reaffirm your gender in order to keep your gender, or there is a bigger difference between the genders, in which case we don't need any of this nonsense. And also maybe you have some argument for there being, for it being more difficult to transition than people are letting on. Like, you can't have it both ways, okay? You can't. You cannot constantly tell trans women and trans men that they are not the gender they identify as, because it's so impossible to change genders, and yet freak out every single time that someone does something that's not gender stereotypical, as though they're just going to accidentally bounce into a different gender. Like, really? Anyway, next we have Delicious Knows No Masculinity, which apparently has been cross-posted in Brand New Sentence. Out for my B-day with my daughter's boyfriend. Ordered a strawberry margarita. What do I say? And the guy in the comment section has said, my dude, delicious knows no masculinity. If I were that kid, I would drink the fuck out of that and then raw dog your daughter. Yeah. Again, stop gendering basic food and just stop gendering food. It's a basic necessity of life. It does not need a gender. Okay, next we have female. I like science. Tick yes, no, female. You may need to proofread that form. There may be an error there, possibly. I hate this meme, and also, and this one is also transphobic. Like what? We have girls on a first date. I hope he's marriage material. I hope our star signs match. Guys on a first date. I hope she shows up. I hope she's not a man. I feel like it kind of goes without saying. You know, the guys who are like, oh, men have it so much harder when dating. No, men have it so much harder trying to use people for sex and then dump them casually as though they're trash. You can tell because she's actually pursuing a relationship. You go through girls so often that you have no hope of actually having a relationship with them. Like, you know, it's one of those things when guys try to insult you, it kind of exposes more of him than it does of you. Like, for example, your transphobia, you know? Just because she may have been born with a penis, it does not mean she is a man. Just because, and especially, like, I feel like these two kind of go together. Like, I hope she shows up, I hope she's not a man. Did it ever occur to you that you think you're so much better than trans people that you think you have a right to, like, hope for this kind of crap, but at the same time, maybe she showed up, realized you're that transphobic guy, and left. And that's why you're sat here being stood up. Maybe. Just a thought. Like, these could be connected. Thing A and thing B could be connected. Anyway, next we have silly me for thinking that women could travel or work. That's what men are for. We have backpacks for travel and leisure backpacks. Business laptop backpacks. Crossbody and messenger backpacks. And, of course, backpacks for women. I mean, I would complain, but I know how many times men get made into a category like that. You know, there's the so many shops I go into where it's like, here's the section for lingerie, here's the section for sleepwear, here's the section for tops, here's the section for dresses, and then down in the basement there's both men's and children's. Just like always stuffed, either like in the attic or in the basement, men and children. I mean, I would say maybe men just need to demand more clothing, but on the other hand, women have been demanding pockets in our clothing for years, and it still rarely happens. So I don't know what to tell you, dudes. But hey, on the bright side, at least we're having some equality. You know, the women are their own section in this one, for once. But next we have, because women can't possibly understand guns, only men can work a boomstick. Find the error. No woman will know. Laughing emoji, 100%. Yes, no woman has ever operated a gun, and therefore no woman will ever realize that he's trying to stuff a clip into a freaking revolver. Like, really? Although I'm enjoying the top comment, which says, there is no problem, the rotating canister is clearly decorative. I mean, you never know. It's a possibility. It could. I've seen that shit happen. I've seen the ones where it's like trying to look vintage, but actually it's a new boy and it's got a fake revolving canister. It happens. It exists. I'm just saying. You don't know. But also, we're going to talk about the fact that this thing has a gun design that doesn't really make sense, but we're not going to talk about the fact that he has freaking 4 fingers. Well, 3 and a thumb. Seriously, he's a Simpson. He's yellow. He has the wrong number of fingers. I could go down the list. There are a lot of things about the show that are not anatomically accurate. Seriously, like, Homer should be so very dead by this point. He has sustained so many potentially life-threatening injuries at this point. There's no way he's going to be still alive. But okay, yeah, this is the problem. Sure. Okay, boys, you keep telling yourself that you're the only ones who know. Although, again, this is like one of those stereotypes. So guys are like, yeah, we're the men folk. We're so much better than women because blah, blah, blah. I'm not being funny, but this kind of weapon is not legal in my home country. So I understand it's legal in other countries, but in my country, it's not a good idea to admit that you know how to use one of these things because, I mean, maybe you go to an expensive gun range, maybe you travel abroad a lot, but you can't own one of these in my country, male or female. You're basically just admitting to be a criminal if you say that you know a lot about handguns here in the UK. Just saying. And again, it's the continuing perpetuation of men are violent, men like doing destructive things. This is why we're great. How is that a good thing? How does that make you better than women, that you like to break stuff more than women? Really? Anyway, that was our little trip through r/pointlessly gendered, highly recommended subreddit. I find it pretty funny. And if you enjoyed this video, please like, comment, subscribe, all that good YouTube stuff, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!